Welcome, everybody, to the Ludicrous League Podcast, the show where people talk ponies, and ponies are all that matter. Today, we are here with Season 8, Episode 4, Fake It Till You Make It. And boy, I have something to say about it. Sure everyone else does. Hello,
Yeah.
coughing over there.
Hi.
So, today I am welcomed by... Today I am welcomed by Winter Storm, say hello.
Yep.
And Dibs Snowheart.
Hi. I'll actually talk this time instead of coughing.
Prepare to hear a lot of coughing probably throughout the whole podcast, but that's fine.
I'm sick. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Alright. So it'll be me, and then Dibs, and then Winter, and then we'll go around again. So, starting with the pros, I actually only have two, because, God, this episode. I'm gonna say, if there's anything I want to take away pro-wise, I related to Fluttershy's nerves in the particular situation she was in, because she doesn't have that extensive knowledge of fashion, and so being put in that in a leadership position, if I could speak, that'd be great. Leadership position where you have to, like, when you have like a little to no knowledge and you have to just run the ship, so to speak, as an amateur, that can be really intimidating, like really stressful, especially when everyone in the town pretty much knows a little more than you do about what you're doing. So I can relate to that, being put in that leadership position and not really having that sound foundation to weigh off of and be able to run the show. You're fine. So I guess that's one thing. Just being in that situation, I'm like, yes, I relate, Flutters. So, another thing I guess I will say is that despite the fact that I'll probably get into this in cons later about our personalities, but I actually liked seeing them at the beginning. At first, they were really entertaining to see, like, freaking goth Fluttershy is probably my favorite one out of all the ones.
That's hilarious.
That was so brilliant.
That was great. I loved that one.
That's like all of us in middle school when we try to be emo.
Right? Trying to
And
be
it doesn't
cool.
work.
That was me! In
In
middle school, I was an emotionless
Literally, though.
bastard.
Oh my gosh.
I literally just didn't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I loved the personalities at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
The more aggressive and just mean, jerky that they got, I got less connected with them. But at first, I was really amused to see this coming from Fluttershy.
I should say with that. My God, I can't speak. Anyways, as I was saying, as it went along, I feel like I kind of related with that because it's like, well, you know how all the kids try to be cool, they try and put on this personality, and then it's like as they go on in life and they get to high school, it gets worse and more aggressive. I kind of feel like that's what Fluttershy was doing, way faster. Only a few minutes or hours versus a few years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite creepy at the same time.
Okay, so that's all for my pros. So we'll move on to Dibs then. 2 things that you liked about the episode.
Oh my gosh. Emo Fluttershy. That was so funny. I've seen fan art of it before. I never actually thought Hasbro would do it.
Where is
And then
it?
just look up Emo Fluttershy on TV and art. Seriously.
I need to do that and favorite every single one of them.
Oh my.
Flood my favorites with just emo
Not to
Fluttershy.
mention, I've done one too. Because I'm an artist. And I do that. Because I was like, this needs to be. It needs to exist. So. Yeah. Also, it's kind of funny to me that Rarity asked Fluttershy, but avoided her at first because she's just like, oh, no. It kind of feels like Fluttershy's almost that one friend that you know will mess up. And the one thing you have to ask her to do, and you just avoid her at all costs. And then, of course, as you're trying to do that, you're pretty much forced to because of course, Karma wants to get you and have everybody else that is perfectly qualified to do it be preoccupied and busy. So you're just like, what is my life?
Yeah, I noticed that she was like the dead last. Like I was, I kind of got where they were going with it when she was asking all of the main 6, but then she started asking people outside of that, so it made it seem like Fluttershy was the dead last option, and I was like, really?
Yeah. And somebody even said, "Oh, Fluttershy's available."
Maud was like, "Yeah, you can ask Fluttershy," and I was like,
Maud says like, "Oh, Fluttershy's available."
I actually just remember. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
Oh,
I just wanted to make that.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah, come on.
I was just gonna. Yeah. I just thought of this though. Didn't like Fluttershy in a really old season? I forget which one it was, but she go off like on some super like fashion-y artist tangent when Rarity was asking like what she thought of the dress, and she just totally went all like
yes,
like that.
I believe that was like season 3 or
I can't remember
4.
where it was, but it was. Yeah, it's definitely happened before, and it was weird.
That makes you wonder, though, like, since she did go off on that tangent, why not have Fluttershy be the first choice? I am probably...
It's cartoon logic. They forget things all the time. They mention Lorah Faust is back, so, that's a big thing. Oh, hey, that's it. Lorah Faust is back. Woo.
Well, question everything, I guess. Or don't question it, because it's cartoon logic. Anyways, I believe you have, I believe you get one more pro here, so what else did you like?
That was my second. Oh, well.
Oh, was it? Wait, what was the... What was the second one?
I don't know.
No, the first one was...
I don't know.
The first one was Emo, Fluttershy. The second one was the one we just talked about. Okay, I thought those were the same thing for some reason. Were they the same thing? I'm confused. How many puts have we done? I'm confused.
I'm just confused as you are, so...
I am too.
I lost track a while ago.
I mean,
I know, Dave, you're wrong. It's banana.
I mean, if you don't have another pro, we can move on. I'm just confused now. I think you were doing 2, like 1.5.
Well, because I kind of related to that, so I think I just added as a pro, even though it was kind of. Oh, we'll come back to that. I'm confused too. It's okay.
It's conflicting. All right, so I guess we'll just move on to no name dropping. We'll move on. I caught myself. Calm down. Okay, so we'll move on to winter then.
My favorite part for pro, I would have to say, would be Spike in the Dragon Trades.
Oh yeah! At first I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" No, you're talking about when he was doing the charades with the raccoons when they were trying to explain to Spike what was going on, and he somehow got it like all at one. That was interesting.
Yeah,
that was literal cartoon logic from the classic cartoons at its best. Like that happened all the time in the old cartoons, like Tom and Jerry and Flintstones and stuff like that. But it's like it doesn't happen that much anymore in cartoons. I've noticed that, so they're bringing it back. Yeah. Good job, Hasbro.
Yeah, I thought that was funny too.
It was hilarious. And I totally forgot it happened, so apparently that's the thing.
There you go. So, alright, what was the other thing you liked?
And the other one, oof.
Yeah, it's different.
That one is the more tricky.
We all hated this episode, didn't we? We're just like...
I would have to say...
Yeah.
Yeah, I only have one thing I like.
We really only have one. Oh no. Oh, the cons are gonna be nasty. Okay.
Oh, yes they are.
Okay.
Release the flame wars on the internet.
Alright, I guess
No, seriously, don't put stuff in the comments, just keep it clean.
I guess we'll move on then to our cons. I have 4 of them. I want to pick only 2 of them though, because
Go all for it. Go all of it. All of it. All of it. All of
no, we're only limited to 2 per person. That's how this works. So I'm gonna pick 2. Okay, question. Here's my question. If her goal the whole time was to please the customers, why did she get so mean at the end there? If her goal was to, like, help them and be, like, you know, help them buy these sort of things and, like, please them on a level, then why did she become so bitchy towards the end of the, or even halfway through? Like, did she think that was helping? Like, when did she?
Well, you remember she did.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Say your point.
She did say that she got caught up in it, and acting. I'll just say this, because I got caught up in it. Like, seriously, getting caught up in character when you're acting is very easy to do, and it can get to your head, and then you're just like, what is reality anymore?
I am this person now.
You're just like, I am this, and then you become that thing so much that it becomes too real, and then you're just like scaring everybody.
I'm shutting up.
Yeah. We don't know what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, though, like, if you're getting caught up in the character, you're not gonna go. I probably should talk in the mic if I'm gonna talk. Jeez, I'm like looking down at my computer 10 feet away from the microphone. What was I saying? If you're gonna get that caught up in the character, though, when does the character become out of character? Like, cause she started off great. She had him down, and then the more she got into it, the more mean she got. But why would she get more mean the further she gets in?
Well, didn't you notice that she mentioned something is like, well, here's the studio, blah, 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 guacamole. That was the only word of that whole phrase I remember. It's like, wait a minute, guacamole has nothing to do with fashion.
I noticed that too.
I think she went downhill from there.
That's another. Actually, let's just sneaky little transition into my next con here. Wouldn't the ponies with some knowledge of this fashion catch on, especially to Fluttershy's phony fashion talk, like guacamole? Like, don't you think that they would be like, huh, that's not right? Like,
guacamole. I know, because I caught literally all of us off guard. I know nothing about fashion because we're just normies.
I heard that and I was like, wait, did she just say guacamole? Like, I actually sat there and thought, wait a minute.
I know.
You said guacamole.
That's why I had to watch the episode. So I was like, wait a minute, guacamole?
But like, wouldn't the people
watched the episode? She said guacamole.
Wouldn't the ponies of Manhattan catch that? Like, one pony sort of caught. I can't talk. One pony caught on a little bit. When she, like, Fluttershy said the wrong word, it was supposed to be, like, pronounced a certain way, and she was like, well, if I meant this, I would have said this. But, like, that should have just been a tip-off, though, especially guacamole. Like, that should have been, a tip-off to everybody. Like, okay, maybe this pony doesn't know what they're talking about. And is kind of putting on a facade.
Yeah.
That would have at least been a little bit suspicious.
Especially since that was once the other ponies were in the room, too. Like, she wasn't just dealing with one customer, there were multiple at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, everybody in the room should have been like, guacamole, yeah, no, we're out of here, sorry, bye.
Yeah, that's just, that bothered me, too, that nobody figured it out. It was just like, everyone went with it. And the first guy, too, when she was counting the threads, and then, like, first she counted the actual threads, and then she came back, and he was like, I still need to answer on the threads, and then she didn't answer the question, but he was just like, that's swell.
I don't care. She's like, you look good anyways.
She's like, bitch, I don't care, you look good anyway, go rock the world. He's like, swell! It's like, what?
And he didn't just buy one, he bought 3.
I know.
He bought 3.
Like, it bothered me that nobody was figuring this out. It felt like even if they're like on the lower end of the Manhattan ponies, they still have some knowledge of this because they're surrounded by all these shops and they've been in all these places. Yeah. You think they know what actual fashion language sounds like, but they didn't figure it out. Guaca-fucking-moly! Like, really? It bothered me so bad that no one was getting this. The whole audience got it, but none of the actual Manhattan ponies who've been at this forever
obviously not
got
the whole audience did because Butthead here missed it, so when they're pointing that, who cares? I don't care, I'm calling them, whatever. Meh. I'll call you everything.
As long as it's not first names, we're bleeping them.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Okay, well that's my complaining. Moving on to Dibs then. What did you really hate? Because we all hated this apparently.
Okay, on the not catching on to the fashion is something, but it kind of makes me feel a little bit like Rarity almost has her shop so low in standards that people just don't really care what the shopkeeper says. They're just like, whatever. Like, they literally don't care. And it's just like, oh, just because it's Rarity, because she's famous in this. Like, that's the only thing selling her clothes and not actually what they're made out of and stuff.
That's a good point.
That kind of makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you know what I mean? Like, all those high-branded things, even if they're terrible, you just want them to be like, you know, it's like, a brand. Kind of makes me feel like Hasbro's just like, no, Rarity actually sucks. Just nobody wants to tell her that.
Like, she's actually a horrible fashionista. Like, nobody should buy from her. We're just gonna put her in Manhattan.
She literally ditched out of a fashion show early. Like, really?
Well, I mean, she had to go, like, deal with the issue at Hoof. You know, like, she had to... I actually said at Hoof, please kill me the next time you see me.
The rest of the main six there. They've run the shop before. Remember back in season 6 and 7 and 5 and... I mean, come on, this has happened before, and they ran it just fine.
Huh. That's a good point, too, actually. Yeah, why did they go back to Rarity? I mean, Rarity, at the end of the day, she runs the shop, she's the boss. If people are... If Fluttershy's fucking up her shop, you know, and town's ponies or city ponies or whatever are gonna start spreading the word that this bitch is causing problems in the shop, it's gonna look bad on Rarity, and she's gotta be she can't have everybody else deal with it. It's her shop, she needs to go home and, like, get the shit straightened out.
Right.
I guess
it's like,
would be the case.
But she's had the other main six take care of it before, and she had no issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it different now?
Right, but it got
because Fluttershy was the only one able to film at this time.
It got out of hand last time, too.
Like, it got really out of hand this time around, and it was going to reflect poorly on Rarity, so she had to go get the shit straightened out.
They literally destroyed the entire shop last time.
Yeah. But that's, you know...
Yeah.
That's a little different.
Let's be real here.
Destroying the shop versus destroying your reputation in Manhattan, which is what Rarity's kind of focused on in this case, because she needs it to actually run her business. If everyone hates her business because of some snooty Pegasus in there, that's going to be a problem. So,
and also, it's Fluttershy. Doesn't everybody in Manhattan know who Fluttershy is?
I imagine, since she's helped save Equestria 1,000 times, but that logic is just gone. It's been gone since the season, since the show began.
Not to mention, she's been in character a lot many times. She's been in her Slipper. Like, every pony in Equestria should know these guys.
Yep.
Alright, I think that was one. So what was your other gripe that you had?
That's a very long gripe.
Well, we all went into a tangent. That turned into a rabbit hole of gripes, but we need to move on to the other one for Dibs here.
I just had a thought, though. It's funny. It's a funny thing. It's not necessarily a gripe, but it's funny because I want to say it now because I'm thinking about it. But did you know that Fluttershy basically called Rainbow Dash like a backwoods pony, and yet she lives in the city of Cloudsdale?
Yep.
That's true. She doesn't live in Ponyville. She lives in Cloudsdale.
Yeah.
And
she's no like country pony or anything. She lives in the city.
And like Rainbow Dash pointed out, she literally lives, Fluttershy lives in a cottage. I need to just I need to go back and learn English.
You live in a college now. No, I don't know. I don't know whether it's a school or college. We're calling it a college because they're called professors.
She lives in a cottage in the woods. She can't say that.
I know. That's like me calling a backcountry woods dweller.
I'm gonna bleep that out.
I literally live 30 minutes out of town, and then... Oh, sorry. But, anyways.
Yeah.
So, Winter lives in town. I live 30 minutes out of town. Like, I don't live in town.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'd rather live out of town.
But, if I were to call it, like, some backcountry hick or something, that'd be like the equivalent of what Fluttershy did to Rainbow Dash. Like, yeah. Doesn't work too well. Not to mention makes you look like a complete idiot. For anyone that knows you. So yeah, there's that.
Did that technically count as your other gripe, or was that just a thing?
Yeah, that can be my other gripe, sure. I don't care. That can be my other gripe, sure.
Alright. Okay, so I guess then it's,
A tiny script flaw, but
so let's move on to Winter then. 2 gripes. Since you only had 1 pro, I imagine you have a shit ton of gripes.
Can I just like...
Hmm?
Can I just like say all your guys' names? Just like beep, 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 beep.
No.
No, I'll get it. It's fine. I did it for last time. I can do it this time. Alright, Winter, go.
Yeah.
No, that's not a saying. He's just like...
Alright. So... Oh boy, where to start?
I forgot to bleep out my name in one of them.
Dibs. Shh. Anyway.
Sorry.
Overall, I didn't like how the main 6 were turning down righty, left, and right. Because some of them, think about it, they were done very soon. They could have like taken time to help. And I just don't understand how, like, is it that they don't want to? You guys know what I mean, right?
Wait, all of us do it? We're just like, oh yeah, we're busy today. Got a bunch of important things to do.
I'm trying to remember what you're referring to specifically. Like,
Yeah.
are we talking about the main 6, or are we talking, like, what are you talking about specifically?
When Rarity was asking the main 6, yes.
Like when Rarity was going around trying to get help.
Oh. Trying to get somebody to watch the shop.
It was a cutscene thing.
Drives a montage.
It was a quick cutscene type of thing. They wanted to make it quick. You gotta realize there's a time constraint of 30 minutes. They can't go over that 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a show thing. You have to be quick on that because you can't waste 45 minutes. And it's like, oh, we're out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no plot here. Now it's just this because we don't have time.
Okay, so that was your first one, I think. So
Yeah.
we'll move on to the other one.
My other one, would have to be how Fluttershy treated the raccoons.
Yeah, can we talk about how out of character that is for just like 1 second?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was in another character, so it makes sense why
That
she
is
was...
true.
She was in a
But
snooty
still,
character.
But still.
That
You're
should
usually
have told her that something was wrong.
But she was so off the deep end, I feel like that, Like, as if we're on the topic of how in character she really was, then she wouldn't have realized she would have done that sort of thing. Because she would be focused on pleasing everyone around her. So...
And this is why you don't go and bending backwards to please everybody, because you can't please everybody.
No.
Don't even try.
I try so
Bad
damn
for
hard.
your health.
I can't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Bad for your health. Stop it.
Fine. Okay, Mom. uh,
I ended up last time I checked.
it's a joke.
Now we were about to late change.
Okay.
I'd be very concerned.
So I think that does that then. So now we'll do... Does anyone have general thoughts? Because I have none. I literally don't have any.
I've gone through mine.
Just anything that's not
I didn't
really...
like this episode.
I didn't either. I think nobody in the call liked
I didn't like it.
Mhm.
Fluttershy was so out of character. Rarity just kind of left everything. And she didn't even, like, trust the main six when they came back. Like, it's just... It seemed really weird, considering some of the past episodes that we can put with us and be like, yeah, this isn't how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just...
Speaking of not liking it, general rating time out of 10. Fucking 6. I hated this. Not bad enough to be a 5, though. Like I said, I reserve 5 and under for the absolute worst garbage episodes. This wasn't a horribly garbage episode. There was some still salvageable things, like the actual personalities at the beginning, and...
I laughed. So.
The lesson.
Yeah, the lesson was good, too.
Go try and pay somebody for not.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the reason we hated this so much is because we all relate to it so much.
Shut up, Winter. You know nothing. Can you mute yourself?
Stop calling me out. Okay, so... but yeah, mine's a 6. Not horrible enough to be a 5, but not really great. Not something I would give a C or B or A grade. I'd give it a D grade, so... Dibs, what would you give it out of 10?
5.5.
5.5? Still not quite a 5. Not quite an F, but, you know, not...
Actually, it is,
not
because
even.
think about it, that's 55%, so yes, that is enough.
Technically an F.
Grade point standards.
It's a pity F.
And so is yours! So is yours, too!
0.5.
It's technically 60%. Oh, that makes it a D.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yep.
Okay, Winter then, what was your grade out of 10?
Ugh.
Excuse me, dying. We're gonna have to put a sniffly nose on Dibs in the thing, because I have a sniffly nose.
Yeah.
I'll make her nose red and thing.
Don't like
I'm honestly gonna have to, even though I hated this episode so much, I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10.
Really?
Why? Rationalize this.
Because I can relate to it so much.
Hmm.
It really made think back on a few things.
Okay,
I
let's
was
make
like,
a college
yeah.
evaluate your mental state here, because that's not good.
Interesting. I've never heard of somebody who's hated an episode and given it an honest B rating. That's kind of interesting.
I would have thought like maybe a C for that reason. But
I mean, it's his grade. He can make whatever grade he wants. It's just surprising.
I don't know. I want him as a teacher then, because then I can get good grades on everything, no matter how bad I do.
No, that's not how I would work.
This is how you just explained it.
All right. Well, that wraps it up then. Fucking Christ. I hope you all enjoyed Coughs McGee over there. Alright, well that covers this episode of the Ludicrous League Podcast. Tune in next time when we talk about episode 5. I don't know what it is. All I know is it's already being released. But we'll catch up on that next week. I'll actually put this out on Thursday next time. I'm going to make a mental note. Not even that, an actual sticky note. Big letters. Podcast on the thing. Because I don't forget.
Yeah, can we actually record that one? We can do that on Wednesday too. So that way it actually gets out by Thursday, because we all have lives.
Well, that's the plan. Record
You know,
on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm still working Wednesday. Matter of fact, I think I'm closing that night, so we probably won't be able to record till like 10 or something.
Night recording!
That's
Yay!
fine. Alright, well, that wraps it up. So, we will see you all next week with a new podcast on the new episode. Bye!
Hopefully
Bye.
something.